In a good country, if he says he accepts full responsibility, what does that mean? He deserves a bullet in the head, like Hitler did in 1945. He has no right to even talk to Nigerians at all. He has no right to show his face. He's supposed to be hiding in shame until he dies, to be honest.
Guys, ever since Ibrahim Babagida made that confession in his book launch, Nigerians has not leave his neck. In fact, they have given it to him back to back. This one, Mr. AKIN said that he deserved a bullet in his head for making that confession. That if it were to be a country that is working, that knows what they are doing, their constitution, that man should be in prison right now. Everybody is saying that how could Tinubu still allow this man to be free after saying that he intentionally annulled the 1993 election, that he's supposed to be taken to prison for what he did because he did not do the right thing. So listen to what this man has to say concerning this Ibrahim Babangida speech and the whole opinion he has about Nigeria and Tinubu government. Just watch.
Let's talk. 30 years later, IBB has come out to say the election was free and fair. What's your first impression?
Well, in the take you've just had, IBB is saying, he's talking about inconveniences. Inconveniences. What a joke. People died. Lives were destroyed. You cannot recover what we have lost as a nation. He just said it's inconveniences. What a sad admission. What a sad choice of words. The president is so regrettable that he's talking in these terms. He's dancing on the grave of people who were just maliciously killed. I singled out Babagida is a journalist with Tempo News. He was actually burnt alive in the course of this June 12 crisis. What do you say about Babagida? What do you say all the people who were killed on the streets of Ikorodu in Lagos? In a good country, if he says he accepts full responsibility, what does that mean? He deserves a bullet in the head, like Hitler did in 1945.
By himself. Dr. FAPOHUNDA.
It's accepting responsibility?
Yeah.
Yes, certainly.
I see that you question his choice of word, his euphemism. So let us sort of do a canvas writing. Yes, you absolutely challenge it. Besides the bullet in his head, if you were writing the script, what should he be saying or doing today? What are the right words or what are the right actions?
He has no right to even talk to Nigerians at all. He has no right to show his face. He's supposed to be hiding in shame until he dies, to be honest. Look, let's lay the history.
Yes, let's lay
the generation of the soldiers from 1966.
Yes.
It is now almost 60 years. Their class damaged Nigeria beyond redemption. Beginning from General Gowon, who brought Udoji Awards to spoil the economy of Nigeria. General Murtala killed people in Abagana, in Agbo. He himself, how many people were killed deliberately, pointedly, without remorse over these years? It's not just him. It symbolizes the debacle of Nigeria in the last 60 years that we have had. Now, the effect of what he has done is much bigger than we think.
Yeah.
There are 3 dates in Nigeria history now, 3 dates. October 1960, January 15, 1966, June 12, 1993. We started up as a country in 1960. It was truncated in 1966. 1993 will have been the point where we emerge as a nation, not a mere geographical expression. That chance was lost and lost almost forever. That's the greatest destruction on the Nigerian country, not the Nigerian nation.
There is, Dr.
And we have not recovered since then.
Dr. FAPOHUNDA, there is an argument by some people who say that take away June 12, and Babagida perhaps could have been remembered or considered as a great president in terms of the fact that he did a lot of economic reforms, he did some infrastructure, and he indeed birthed the process that led to the election we call the freest and the fairness. I have had occasion in public and in writing to say Babagida is a paradox like Nigeria. So what's your take on that vision that take away June 12 and perhaps it could be considered one of the greatest leaders the country has had? Do you buy into that, or do you think no?
Well, sadly, we cannot take away June 12. If you are wearing a white cloth to an occasion, and you have a red spot on it,
a stain,
you will go back and discard the dress and wear a new one. June 12 has stained all its achievements. Okay, where is the achievement now? We have only 3,000 megawatts of power.
Yeah.
We are owing 141 trillion naira in debt.
Yeah.
We have a deficit of 14 trillion in budget of this year. The indiscipline that it brought about, last year budget cannot be implemented, it spill over to 2025. It brought in impunity. You know, you can build a house, but you destroy it with grenade. It takes grenade to bring a house down now. You could have built a house for 10 years, but one act will just bring the whole thing collapsing.
So your point is that with
That's not the truth.
Your point is that with June 12, there's nothing else to save in the story or legacy of IBB. Is that correct?
I speak to all Nigerians who are around 30 years old who don't know what happened in those days.
Yes.
Why are Nigerians jackpotting overseas now? The country has become ungovernable. Even in his state, Niger State, 1/4 of it is occupied by bandits. Is that a country? He laid the foundation for what we are doing now today.
In your earlier submission, you seem to claim that from you identified 3 dates, 1960, 1966, and 1993, June 12 to be precise. Is it your submission that from 1966 onwards, all those that intervened, especially the military one, are guilty of where we are today? Is that, let me get that point right?
They are guilty of treason until they are tried, until they show contrition, until they clear the debris out of all. We cannot make it. Look, up till now, the Holocaust people, they are still being hunted down in the world since 1945.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, we have very poor sense of memory. See the way see the ceremony in Transcorp this week now. See all the people who killed Nigeria. They are all dancing and smiling and slapping each other. Is that the legacy for the children who are not born at that time? Is that the legacy they are going to see? That you do crime and you don't do the time. There is no consequence for any bad misconduct.
I was going to go.
That's the major takeaway from this mission. I
was going to go to that, Dr. FAPOHUNDA. So here's the point here. You feel there's no space for redemption or recognition from those people. But the past and present leaders do not.
Absolutely.
They do not seem to think so, because you mentioned the gathering that happened on Thursday last in Abuja that had a lot of Nigerian elites, political and business leaders there. Even before then, it is common practice in Nigeria for most of those running for president to do what I call the pilgrimage to Mina. So let's talk about these Nigerian leaders then, beyond IBB himself. Well, what's your take on the rest, since you're having this view?
All of them, they are product of massive looting of Nigerian wealth. Everything, Nigeria state have been privatized, both in asset-wise and in liquid cash. You cannot believe how much money in private hands, raw cash. And Nigeria is bleeding. Nigeria is in deficit. Before somebody can donate 2 billion, 3 billion, he must have 50 billion in his account.
Where is that money?
Where is that money coming from? Is it not from the...
But wait, Dr. Fakunda, the money...
Is that money from Nigerian state that they got it?
Dr. Fakunda, the money is their money. What do you want to do about it? What do you propose?
What did they invent? What did they invent to get the money? It's from oil blocks now. I've written a paper. There are 43 entities that has oil blocks in Nigeria. Oil block belong to Nigerian state. In any case, until we take the wealth of Nigerian back from these people and put it in public hands.
Yeah.
It happened in Saudi Arabia in 2017. In 2017, the Crown Prince then assembled all the people who have big money in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Put them in Ritz-Carlton Hotel and told them, please surrender all that you have so that Saudi Arabia can grow. We need to do the same thing. Somebody, I don't know. As I said, it will be 60 years next year that the soldiers took over the affairs of Nigeria.
Yes.
We have 1 year now to decide that all money in private hands, voluntarily surrender it. No one should have 2, 3, 4, 5 billion and be donating it as if you are pouring confetti on a wedding guest.
My people, did it not tire you? You are still saying that Nigeria is poor, that Nigeria don't have money, that Nigeria is owing international organizations. Yet, at the launch, at the IBB's launch, see how donations were flying. Where are those money coming from? Where are those money coming from? How do politicians, leaders, how do they have such money? Billions of money was donated for this man. That is exactly what this man is saying, that for someone to donate billions of money, that means he had bigger billions in their account. And which is so true. Before you give someone 1,000 naira, you must have like 5,000 naira or thereabouts in your account now. So what are they doing? Are they not salary work? Are they not civil servants like others? What are they doing to get them such amounts of money to be donating? And they even have the guts to make it public that people know, Nigerians know that they donated billions. How? Do you see that this Nigeria is sinking every day? How can someone make such donation and still have the guts to make it public for a country that is owing so much amount of money for outsiders? Nigeria, guys, please contribute to what this man has said. Let me appear in the comment section. Also, like and share this video so that YouTube can suggest it to other people. Subscribe to our channel and turn on our post notification. Thank you so much. Bye.